Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
5 hazardous waste sites in our area have been added to the Environmental Protection Agency's Superfund list. The Butler Mine Tunnel in Pittston is among the 5. Seen here in 1979, it was once thought to be no longer a threat in 1982 and taken off the EPA list. But in 1985, heavy rains from Hurricane Gloria flushed out more chemical waste oil into the Susquehanna River, so it is now back on the list for federal cleanup. Other area waste sites placed on the Superfund list announced today include this drum dump on Route 940 in Pocono Summit. Also, Aladdin Plating in Scott Township, Lackawanna County, C&D Recycling in Luzerne County's Foster Township, and in Lehigh County, Reeser's Landfill, Upper Macungie Township. Congress has funded $10 billion through 1991 to clean up what is now 951 sites across the U.S.
They're rolling out the barrel in one Luzerne County community as one way of cutting the high cost of getting rid of garbage. Swarsville is encouraging residents to burn some of their trash. And as Newswatch 16's Mark Davis reports, so far, it's working.
The Swarsville Street Department could be renamed the Barrel Department. The last few weeks, these men have been busy in the barrel business. The drums are given to Swarsville free and then customized for burning. Street Commissioner Ed Volak is the man behind the barrel.
Well, the response has been tremendous. The phone ring is ringing off the hook for everybody who would like a burner. And like I said, we have around 2,000 families which we pick up. We would like to at least get, let's say, 1,000 burners out.
They're given out by calling in, then a crew is dispatched and the barrel burners delivered. Krukowskis remember burning more than 20 years ago. Now they will return to those days. Their small makeshift burner was delivered and promptly put in place.
Put it over there by the tomatoes there somewhere.
They know what it was like when people burned before and are a little concerned about reliving those smoky memories.
The way things, the way they're burning them up and the odor. And I think that's not good for your health.
The burning question here is a matter of economics. The borough is trying to save money, and so far, it's working. Last week alone, the borough dumped one less garbage truck than it dumped the week before. The savings? $375. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16, Swarsville.
Area supermarkets are checking their ice cream stock today in the wake of a precautionary recall by Carnation Company. Some Bon ice cream nuggets with 35 in each pack made by Carnation are being recalled because of the possibility of bacteria in the ice cream. Most stores we contacted today said they only carried the 20 size packs, not the 35 pack. The 20s are not affected by the recall. Code number on the box being recalled is 80707, top line, and on the second line, 24-11. Carnation says they have sold in Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey, as well as other eastern and southern states.
When Newswatch 16 continues, making a clean sweep in Monroe County.
We'll tell you why some bigwigs were strolling the interstate today.
Every 34 seconds, somebody buys a new Chevy Cavalier. In fact, before this day is through, over 1,000 people will drive away in new Cavaliers. There goes another one. This import was styled in Europe, but it's not an Audi or a BMW. It's built in Japan, but it's not a Honda or a Mazda. It's a Chevy called Spectrum, made in Japan, imported by Chevrolet.
Some government leaders in Monroe County say it's a lot of garbage, and enough is enough. So today they joined a few volunteers and headed to the highway, Interstate 80, to clean up their community. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine says the local VIPs are trying to set an example.
They lined up along the interstate between the Delaware Water Gap and Bartonsville, ready to attack the county's garbage problem. With the number of landfills decreasing and the lack of any landfills at all in Monroe County, county officials say they're finding more and more trash along Interstate 80.
And of course, they're bringing tractor-trailer loads into the state of Pennsylvania, covering them with tarps. The tarps have holes in them, and I'm sure they're losing a certain percentage of the waste that they're hauling in here.
Look at this! I mean, how could somebody run over that and get a flat tire?
Whether it's garbage locally or from out of town, it frustrates these officials who say this is the most litter-ridden section of the interstate in the county. Altogether, they collected more than 5 tons of garbage from alongside this 4-mile stretch of highway. And what they found is more than just paper cups and soda cans.
We found all kinds of things. Pocketbook, we found cans, metal objects, aerials, actually bags of garbage that people seem they can't find a place to put them. They put them along the highway.
Monroe County officials are hoping this cleanup today will serve as an example to the state legislature that something needs to be done about the garbage problem statewide, because these folks know their efforts here today could easily be trashed within a few weeks. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Monroe County.
A Philadelphia lawmaker says the health and safety protection given to workers under federal law should be given to state and local government employees as well. Those federal standards set guidelines for the use of toxic chemicals, equipment, and working conditions. Mack Trucks says 288 of its union workers in the Lehigh Valley have accepted job offers at the company's new plant in South Carolina, and 124 others will be offered jobs after formal interviews.
And Scranton City officials today dedicated a new fire truck at fire headquarters. It took $162,000 in federal money to buy the truck. It makes for more fire protection in Central City, Scranton. And that's Pennsylvania in a minute.
In a recent editorial, WNEP-TV urged state lawmakers to enact tougher child abuse laws. We have an opposing view tonight from Alan Young, representing Vocal, victims of child abuse laws.
Suppose the state passed a law so that after July 1st, red means go and green means stop. On July 2nd, you go sailing through a green light to hear the blare of a police siren. You tell the policeman, the light was green. I know, he says, you're supposed to stop at a green light. Since when? Since today. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Parents today are being faced with a new set of laws, but no one's told them. Recently, a Pennsylvania teenager called her mother a 4-letter word. Mom slapped her once across the mouth. The teenager told her teacher the mother was reported as a child abuser and promptly arrested. We're not saying that slapping a child is proper. We're not saying that it's right to shove a child's face in a hot plate of spaghetti, as mentioned in a recent editorial on Channel 16. However, merely passing laws isn't helpful. Parents need to be trained, not blamed. To do something about child abuse in this state, what we don't need is to shove through spaghetti legislation. Present law focuses on putting parents on the hotline, the child abusers list. Too often, child social worker now means child felony investigator. These child social workers have almost no minimum qualifications or standards, yet they hold the lives of children and families in their hands, splitting the families up and then putting the parents on the hotline abusers list and many times in jail. Parents think these child social workers want to help them. In the past, it was this way, but now everything you say can and will be used against you. These child social workers, now felony investigators, are immune from prosecution if they make mistakes. It's popular to call for stricter child abuse laws, as done in the recent editorial, but that's not what we need. Let's review our objectives and develop legislation that will get Pennsylvania children and youth back on track as social workers, not felony investigators. If you're interested in helping Pennsylvania move from blaming to saving, call Vocal in Harrisburg. Vocal's goal is to protect abused children without abusing protected children or their families. Thank you.
And that was an editorial reply.
And the Weather Watch is next with Tom Clark.
Another steamer of a day, Tom.
It was. But don't you prefer this over the extreme colds of winter?
I do. I'm not complaining. Nope.
You do too, Nolan. And when we come back, we'll show you where the big thunder shower is on the radar and where it's headed. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP-TV, and we're proud to serve Estella and all of Sullivan County.
There are at least 15 reasons why you will choose a Stoker stove over any other stove to heat your house. Some are 80% efficiency, totally automatic, burns up to 5 days, no chimney fires, and it's clean. But Alaska Stoker Stove just made a 16th reason. The Stoker Stove Castile. See one burning today.
Think small. Think new burger bundles. The tasty mini cheeseburgers only at Burger King. Little cheeseburgers available for a little time. So get them while you can. New burger bundles, only at Burger King. Look, Ma. No hands. Burger King, the best food for fast times.
It was a perfect day for a picnic. Handicapped children and adults from our area were the guests of honor at the 15th Annual Iram Temple Country Club Picnic in Luzerne County. 200 guests were welcomed by the Wilkes-Barre Rotary, the Shriners, and area Kentucky Fried Chicken stores. The purpose? To have a good time.
And the best thing I liked was the chicken. That was really good. I got a balloon, and I got airplanes, little bubbles, and a finger puppet.
Today's picnic guests came from Luzerne, Lackawanna, and Wyoming counties.
And a good time was had by all.
For sure.
Nice day for a picnic.
Beautiful.
Perfect day for a picnic. Nice hot weather, plenty of iced tea on hand, helps a lot. Some beautiful cloud formations in the backyard tonight, some towering cumulus clouds, and we had some thunderstorms today in parts of Susquehanna County, Lackawanna, and down by Carbon County, some storms today. It was the hottest day so far this summer, and it looks like it could get a little bit hotter later on this week. Take it or leave it. Here's beginning tonight in Great Bend, up in Susquehanna County. Ruth Harden tells me 90 degrees at her place. Kurt Reinmiller has 94 at his place in Seibertsville, Luzerne County. And Shirley Shanowski tells me 86 up there in Mildred in Sullivan County. She says it is a beautiful afternoon. And photographer Tim Keegan was in beautiful Lycoming County today, and that view there is from near Hughesville. Some of those cumulus clouds overhead. 88 out back now, the humidity 51%, the wind from the north at 12, the barometer falling from 30.08. Topped off at 91 here today. That's as high as it got all last summer. 67 the low this morning, 99 the record high for this state, 77 to 61 the range 1 year ago today. Checking Skywatch 16's live Doppler radar. Picking up a heavy thunder shower now, crossing the border of northern Lackawanna County. So places up north of Clark Summit could get hit with a heavy downpour over the next 15 minutes. These showers moving towards the southeast. Another light shower down in Carbon County, but elsewhere, most of the storms have dissipated, and upwind of Wilkes-Barre-Scranton now, there is nothing showing. So if you're heading out over the next couple of hours in that area, there shouldn't be any problems with rain. Here's the cloud photograph, and mostly clear, sunny, hot weather over the eastern half of the country. Some thunderstorms down to the south. 100 today in Washington, D.C., with high humidity. We still have this giant dome of hot air, this high, that is channeling the hot, humid air towards Pennsylvania. This cold front up to the north will not get here until maybe Friday night or Saturday. But out west, the coldest temperature in the nation today, 38 at Jackson, Wyoming. So for tonight, then, there is the chance of a thunder shower east of this dashed line over the next 90 minutes or so. But once the sun goes down, things will settle down. Some patchy fog later on. It'll be a clear night later on tonight, the clouds dissipating. And in the lower 60s to middle 60s overnight tonight with a light wind. And the sunrise time for tomorrow morning will be at 5:49 and sunsets at 8:30. So for tonight, then, a shower in some places this evening. Otherwise, it'll be a clear night and another kind of a warm night, 65. Sunny all day tomorrow. There will not be any thunderstorms developing tomorrow. Temperatures a little bit warmer in the upper atmosphere, a little bit more stable, but a hot day near 90. Sunny on Thursday, a dry day near 90 once again. If you happen to work over any asphalt parking lots or like the construction crews over 81 today, must be about 115 where they work. 92 Friday, that'll be the hottest day of the week as I see it now, and good chance of some thunderstorms over the weekend. So advice is to drink plenty of fluids, plenty of non-alcoholic fluids, if you can do that.
Okay, Tom.
Good advice.
Yep.
Thanks, Tom. Tim Carlson is next with the Sports Watch, and which record Don Mattingly will be after tonight.
Plus Carlson's Crowd with views on baseball's beanball problem.
Hills is a place for kids.
For back to school.
Hills has a huge assortment of coordinated clothes for kids at low prices all the time. And that makes it easy to put outfits together. Mix and match for boys, mix and match for girls, for infants and toddlers, brand names too. The fact is, when it comes to kids mix and match, nobody Hills knows has more.
Because next to low prices, clothing is our claim to fame.
Check us out.
McDonald's presents...
Presents? Did someone say presents? A present for moi?
I once got a present. Wow, special delivery.
I'll look for the present somewhere else.
When you buy your kids McDonald's Happy Meal featuring Muppet Babies, they get a Muppet Babies figure with a push toy different Muppet Babies can share, plus neat cutouts on the box.
Kermit, surf's up.
McDonald's Happy Meal featuring Muppet Babies. Collect all 4.
Including moi.
Tim, I haven't seen any statistics. Have there been more beanballs this season than in seasons past?
Well, I don't know about more than any other season. It just seems like it goes through cycles. When I was a kid one time, I think about 1962, I remember that one year it seemed like everybody was getting beaned. I don't know. I think there are some reasons why it's happening. We're going to talk about it right now, as a matter of fact, Nolan. One of the most frightening things to see in a baseball game is a batter being hit by a pitch, especially in the head. Now, many players have had their careers ruined by a beanball. Guys such as the Red Sox sensation of the 60s, Tony Conigliaro, and more recently, Dickie Thon of the Houston Astros. Well, this year there have been 14 cases of pitchers hitting batters, with the result a bench-clearing fight. Now, thankfully, nobody's been seriously injured by a pitch or in the fights that followed. But no matter, something has to be done to prevent this ridiculous stuff before someone else has their career ruined. Now, the beanball issue was a tough one to solve. I don't know if anybody has the answer. But last night at the Williamsport Bills game, we talked to some baseball fans who had their ideas on what should be done to take care of the beanball problem.
Well, hey, we've had it for years. I played ball all my life. I figure let them throw it. If you can't get out of the way, tough.
I suppose it's like anything, like hockey or anything. You know, they've got to tame things down. And if they really think that, the umpires really think that the guy intentionally threw him, I think they probably should make a severe enough penalty to deter it in the future.
Oh, I don't know. Just duck, I guess.
I don't think the pitchers are really pitching at him most of the time. They're just pitching a lot tighter.
They should suspend him without pay. Fellas making $4,000 or $5,000 a game, suspend him for 10 games. That'll cure him very easily.
I think that they should just leave it alone and it will go away. I really do. They, you know, once they build it up in the papers and get things going and back and forth between the teams, I think if they just left it alone, it would go away. The players would take care of it.
I think if it's deserved, it's deserved. You know, if somebody's trying to throw one at him on purpose, then they ought to retaliate and go back for him until somebody stands up and does something else.
Well, I don't know. I think it's always been a part of baseball, and I don't think they should do anything about it at this point in time. I just think it's part of the game, and I think it'll always be there.
Well, I think there are a couple of reasons behind the rash of beanball incidents this year. Number one, there's no doubt umpires are calling a smaller strike zone, allowing hitters to crowd the plate. Now, pitchers want that area back, and they are trying to brush the hitters back more often. So pitches that years ago were just inside the batters are now hitting batters. Number two, the rule covering knockdown, brushback, beanball pitches, whatever you want to call them, is awful. If a pitcher throws an obvious beanball, I'm talking about one such as one following a homer, throw him out of the game. Get him out of there immediately. No warnings. He's gone. Now, any batter charging the mound, he's out of the game. Gone. Goodbye. And finally, get the strike zone back to what it used to be. And believe me, there would be a lot less batters hit, but rather just brushed back a little. And that way, nobody gets hurt. All right, next time you see Yankees first baseman Don Mattingly playing, think about this. You're seeing a guy who has the realistic potential of being one of the all-time greats of the game. Now, we all know he can hit a ton, but the guy is also a Gold Glove first baseman. Last night in the Monday night game against Minnesota, seen here on Channel 16, Mattingly was hitless, but he tied a Major League fielding record for most putouts in a 9-inning game. Look at that unassisted play there. 22 times last night, Mattingly recorded an out at first. He joins just 3 other men to do that. The Cubs' Ernie Banks in '63 and Thomas Jones and Hal Chase, whoever they were, back in 1906. Now, it's not the kind of record that everyone is jumping around about, but it's typical of Mattingly. Not flashy, but just good. No, great.
Great. Excellent ball player.
Okay.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. And when Newswatch 16 continues, fulfilling a mission.
Camp Dose celebrates its 5th birthday today. We'll share in the fun next.
Hi. I just moved in next door. Could I borrow a Diet Pepsi?
Sure.
taste to go out for is Diet Pepsi.
Are you okay in there?
Here's your Diet Pepsi.
Thanks. I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
No trouble at all.
Diet Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
I'm here at the Sigma Alpha Pi frat house. Hey, guys. Hey, what's this, a science project?
No, we sent one of the pledges out for pizza, and he got this crummy stuff.
Well, you know, Pizza Hut pizza to go is the same great pan pizza they serve in their restaurants.
Tell me about it, though. We sent another pledge to Pizza Hut.
Where's the first pledge?
I'll never get skimpy pizza again. I'll never get skimpy pizza again. I'll never get skimpy pizza again. I'll never get skimpy.
Studying pizza crime and punishment, I'm Rich Hall.
Finally tonight, a very happy 5th birthday to Camp Dose, a camp in Sullivan County for kids who have cancer. Camp Dose is affiliated with Geisinger Medical Center in Danville and was founded 5 years ago by the Ronald McDonald House, a home away from home for families of seriously ill children who must spend a lot of time in the hospital. This year, 70 campers are enjoying the outdoors at Camp Dose, and today a special birthday celebration complete with a balloon send-off. Health Watch 16's Dr. Steve Greenberg was at the party. He has the story of a former camper at Camp Dose who is now a counselor for the young cancer patients.
Put it up to your face.
19-year-old Angie Smith has been battling leukemia for more than 5 years. Each summer has marked another hurdle for the New Columbia woman, from chemotherapy to bone marrow transplants to leg and hand amputations.
I can do anything that I put my mind to. So I had to prove that to myself.
She teaches other campers more than painting.
Oh, we still got some there. Here. You gotta rub it and get it all off. Can you rub your hands together? Just because we have cancer, that we're no different than other kids that aren't sick. And that we can do anything that normal kids can do.
Angie's drive, her inner strength, which she demonstrates each day, is proving to be not only an inspiration to other campers who have cancer, but also to counselors who don't have cancer.
From her, I get a lot of courage to be able to do things that I might not try otherwise, watching her, because she does that all the time.
And Angie's effect is felt on another Angie, a 9-year-old who lost her leg to cancer.
It gives me more strength to get through my chemo, and it just makes me feel better. They can overcome their cancer if they just try and be a fighter.
Dr. Steve Greenberg, Health Watch 16, Estella, Sullivan County.
And that is Newswatch 16 for Tuesday.
Be sure to join us tonight on Newswatch 16 Update when we'll have some summer health tips from Dr. Steve Greenberg.
For the entire team, thank you for being with us.
Enjoy your evening.